Hi, thought I'd do a little video just to show what we get up to at Redline Clothing, just an insight of what we get up to. Welcome to the workshop, also known as Bell End, nicknamed by my brother, thank you very much. Purpose built, quite small, but there's generally only myself doing this. The owner comes and gives us a hand when we need it. So small and compact, but perfectly sized really for what we get up to. We do a mixture of printing. Generally day to day we're doing vinyl cut. The nature of the work we do is lots of small orders, mostly one-offs. So that is the ideal way of doing things. If we do get anything of any quantity, or repeat orders of the same design, which I know is going to be a repeat, then we'll screen print transfers, which are then heat applied onto the shirts as and when we need to. We don't hold stock of anything in particular, plain stock, plain shirts obviously. Don't keep stock of any designs, we print them literally to order, which is why sometimes you might have to wait a week or 10 days for it to come through, because we can't just take it off the shelf. I know it's a little bit annoying sometimes, but we don't work like Amazon Prime, where you order today and get it first thing tomorrow morning. Can't work like that. By the nature of the quantity of designs we do, we'd have a room twice the size of this full of shelves, full of stock, and it's not practical. So my history is in screen printing. I've been printing in one way or another for 40-something years. It's nice to get back to doing a little bit every now and again. Say day to day it's vinyl cut, which is fine, but it's quite time consuming. Screen printing for me is by far the best way of doing these things. Keep a stock of transfers and then heat press them over when we need them. Today we're doing a few shirts for Triumph Owners Club, who are exhibiting at the NEC December. And they've ordered a couple of hundred shirts of various designs. So I'll just show you basically, start off with a screen printing, transfers, and then in a little while I'll video transfer them onto the shirts, etc. and show you what we get up to. Okay, screen printing, obviously this is my screen already prepared. We're doing a monochrome Union Jack design today. It's simple. Beauty of screen print, it can be as simple or as complicated as you like. I've worked at places where they'll spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on kit, which obviously sometimes to get quantity done is necessary. We're fairly small setup, so basically everything's homemade. It can be as complicated or as simple as you like, and I've gone the simple route because I ain't got the money to do the complicated route, but you never know, one day. So initially, screen inked up, ready to go. Little bit of little bit of adhesive on the base there. This is a special siliconized paper which we print directly onto. Base the paper in position. Flood the screen, that makes fills the mesh up with ink, and then that's it. Looks dead simple. I've been doing it for a long time. It's not difficult, it's not rocket science, but it's amazing when you see some of the prints that people turn up. How on earth they can make such a cock up of it, I don't really know. So transfer, we powder on with a polyester adhesive powder, hot melt powder, which, because the ink's wet, sticks to the ink, and then it goes through the dryer. Heated up to about 160, and that fuses the ink, cures the ink to make it wash fast, fuses the adhesive powder to the ink, and then once it's transferred over, the whole lot goes over onto the shirt, which I'll show you in a little while, and that's basically it. So I mean, you can print direct onto shirts, which is what I used to do. About 25 years I had a business printing direct onto shirts. For massive quantities, that's the way to go. You need a bit more kit than I've got, and because I tend to print a batch of transfers and then transfer, I might, day to day, I might need 10 one day and 10 in a week's time. This by far is the best way, otherwise it's setting up the machine, setting up screens. Obviously we have to do that here, but it's a lot simpler. And it's a lot more involved, which I prefer to keep it really simple. I say you could spend £100,000 on the machine, which does basically exactly the same thing. The quality of what we can get. This one's a half tone. I'll show you a picture of the transfer once it's onto the shirt. Yeah, using pretty basic stuff and a fair amount of know-how and experience. You can turn out something as good as somebody who's got all of the gear, and a lot better than somebody who's got all of the gear and no idea really what they're doing. So see, we can whip through them fairly quickly. This is only obviously part of the process. It takes longer to actually heat apply them onto the shirt than it does to actually print the transfer. But that's that bit. I'll pop back in a minute and show you what else we get up to. A little bit of a close-up of how it all works. There's your screen with the design already prepared on it. I make my own screens as well. Again, as I said before, you can spend £10,000 on a piece of kit to make screens, or not. I chose the not option, and I make my own screens. Really basic. There's the transfer printed on, wet ink, bit too much adhesive. Put the powder on. That's it, powdered. And then if I can turn this round, through the dryer, conveyor dryer. This one I managed to pick up several years ago, and last time I saw one of these, I used to work for a ink manufacturer, was in the probably in the 70s, 1970 something. It's ancient. It makes a lot of noise. But it works. It does the job. So that's what we like. Cheap and cheerful. But knowing how to use it. Here we go. And that's it coming out the dryer. And there's a pile of them finished. Okay, here we are. Transferring the print onto the shirt. Here we've got a plain t-shirt, 100% cotton. These transfers work on poly cotton, not so good on synthetics such as nylon, etc. We use a special vinyl for that. It's a transfer. It's the print that we printed earlier on. It's Triumph Owners Club monochrome Union Jack design. Place the transfer in position and press him on. 10 seconds. This is transferred over at 160, 165. Melts the adhesive. The ink's already fully cured, or should be. This will fully cure it if it's not quite cured. Melts the adhesive. There we go. Now at this point the adhesive will still be fluid because it's at such a high temperature. So we need to let him cool down a touch and then peel him off. This one's got the front and the sleeve print. Now after the first transfer, whack a bit of silicone paper on. This helps bed it into the fabric and it gives it a nice soft feel, so it's not sat on the surface. It's sort of in the material. Let him cool down a touch. Sleeve print. Same process. put him on the base. Little tiny Triumph Owners Club badge goes on all of their merchandise, as well as t-shirts, obviously the sweatshirts, hoodies, fleeces, embroidered for fleeces. We embroider as well as print. Baseball caps, all manner of merchandise, bags. We do just about anything you fancy. We can either get a print or embroider. Pull this one down a touch, peel him off. Give it another one just to finish it off. Make sure it's nicely into the material, and that's it. Bear with me, and lay him down, and there we go. Oh, breathe in. There we go. Only a single colour, but it's quite an effective. They enjoy this one. The old Triumph Owners Club. It's one of the good sellers. Little sleeve print on the ends of the sleeve there. Triumph Club badge. There we go, all done. 199 to go.